U.S. Bank brings us stories of athletes who inspire us for all sorts of reasons.
Courtney Tate joins us now with the story of the Fremont basketball player using her writing skills to help promote girls' sports.
That's right, guys. The pandemic had a different effect on many different students, but for Washington High School senior Prabhleen Lamba, her response to COVID-19 resulted in the publishing of her first book. Prabhleen Lamba says the inspiration for her book came from the extra time on her hands during COVID-19. She spent the time reflecting on her journey as a basketball player and the athletic journey of her female peers.
I had not only extra time on my hands, but I started noticing this trend of many of my friends, either they weren't in sports, and when I'd ask them, they'd say, oh, I'm not athletic, I'm not sporty, or I'm never going to be strong enough to play sports. Or I noticed even more so a lot of girls my age, they would play sports up to like middle school or high school, and then they'd get to this point where they'd just stop playing all of a sudden.
As a result, Prabhleen created the book titled She Plays to Win. In it, she tells the story of many prominent women in sports as a means to connect with female athletes all around the world.
So it kind of covers two different aspects. One of them was me talking to researchers, people who do research into women's sports, and I compiled all of their ideas as well as some of the research that I'd done. And I talked about how women have been fighting for equal pay, media coverage, and respect in women's sports for so many years.
The senior spent countless hours speaking with popular figures in the sports industry, including WNBA champions, female sportscasters, and the Women's USA soccer team.
I really enjoyed hearing from WNBA player Renee Montgomery, especially since I've always seen her on the court, and with her new role with the Atlanta Dream, it's been really inspiring. And I also really enjoyed hearing from soccer legend Brandi Chastain.
Prabhleen's friend and teammate Mila Easley says Prabhleen's book is so important because there are few people who serve as an advocate for women in sports.
It gives me a sense of relief knowing that someone like PB is advocating for us, and just knowing that she put a book out there. There's a lot of women that haven't been able to advocate for us.
Prabhleen is currently balancing promoting her book, excelling in school, and finishing her final season on the Washington varsity basketball team. Prabhleen's father says he tried encouraging Prabhleen to take a little off of her plate, but he says he realizes Prabhleen enjoys being as busy as she is.
I wanted to just let her know that take what you can chew, right? And I don't want you to stress out, but I think she enjoys it, right? I think whatever work she picks up, which she's doing on her own, and I think once she starts having fun, she's able to manage her time really well.
Prabhleen says balance is something she works extremely hard to get under control. This hardworking basketball star says taking time out for herself helps keep her remain focused.
I think balance is very important in my life, at least. I wasn't really good at this like freshman year when I started high school. I was like taking on all these things and wanting to do everything. But I think like I'm figuring out it's okay to take 1 hour out of the day for myself, just relax.
Prabhleen says all the hard work paid off the first time she held the hard copy version of the book. Prabhleen says she will continue using her newfound platform to serve as a voice of advocacy for women in sports. Now, guys, as impressive as Prabhleen's story is, I admired her even more once she informed me that all of the proceeds from her book will go to her choice of a nonprofit organization.
That is awesome. She's doing great work in her community.
Very impressive.